Hello guys, till now we have studied about vectors. Today we are going to learn about projectile motion, new topic, correct? Huh? You have learned about vectors, so we learn about projectile motion. What do you mean by projectile motion? If I throw this duster, what will happen? I am launching a duster. It will travel with particular velocity because I have given it. Due to acceleration, due to gravity, it will come back to earth again, ground. Correct? Huh? The study of this complete motion is called projectile motion. Correct? Huh? If I project a body, it makes particular angle to ground. If I know the initial velocity, due to acceleration, due to gravity, that object will come back to ground again. Correct? No? That type of motion we call projectile motion. For example, if this is a ground, if you throw a body, what will happen with initial velocity? It will go like this, it will come back. Why? Acceleration down, acceleration due to gravity is acceleration. So this projecting a body under the influence of gravity is nothing but projectile motion. So what I write? Projectile motion is nothing but any object launched in an arbitrary direction. Any object launched in an arbitrary direction. Arbitrary direction in space. Any object launched in an arbitrary direction in space with an initial velocity under the influence of acceleration due to gravity is called projectile motion. Is called what? Projectile motion. So any object I am launching in arbitrary direction in space with initial velocity under the influence of acceleration due to gravity is called projectile motion. Slowly you are getting an idea what I am talking about. If I throw this duster, that is one projectile motion. If I throw the chalk, correct now like this, the chalk will travel some path, that is projectile motion. Any object which I am throwing in a space, if it is getting influenced with the acceleration due to gravity by earth, that type of motion we call projectile motion. There are three types generally we study based on the projection I am making. Three types of projectile motion we are going to study. In that one is important. First is horizontal projection or projectile motion. Second one is oblique projectile motion. Third one is inclined projectile motion. Inclined projectile motion. What is that? Three types of projectile motion: horizontal projectile motion, oblique projectile motion, inclined projectile motion. So this one, if you understand, it is there in your board, very important. These two, you will understand it very easily. Correct? No? First, let me make you to understand this. Even these two, I can make you understand if you understood this. Correct? No? Let us take that. What is that? Oblique projectile motion. Oblique projectile motion. Why product? that oblique projectile motion I call? Very easy, don't worry. Let me take this is ground. Correct? Let me take this is ground. Along the ground I will take x-axis. Along the ground I will take x-axis parallel to the ground. Perpendicular to the ground I will take y-axis. Perpendicular to the ground along y-axis. Now some of the factors you need to study here. I will tell what are those factors. Some of the terms I can write. Correct? No? Some of the terms which you are going to study. Let me write terms. See here, what is projectile motion means? Let us imagine this is origin point. This point is what we call point of projection. First point, what is that? Point of projection. What do you mean by point of projection? The point where I am projecting the body is called point of projection. This point O is called point of projection. Correct? No? Next. If I throw a body, there will be a G acting downward. Correct? No? There will be a G acting downward. The body will travel like this, again it will come back to the earth. Yes or no? If I throw one stone, the stone will travel like this, again it is going to come back to earth. Correct? No? So, I am analyzing complete motion of this. In that first point I said, what is that? Whatever the body I am throwing, that point where I am throwing is point of projection. I am throwing this object at point O, that is at point of projection, with initial velocity. Now I can make official definition of what is that? Angle of projection. What is that angle of projection? Angle made by the initial velocity of the projection. Initial velocity to the ground or to the x-axis or to the horizontal line. Correct now? The angle made by the initial velocity. What is this U? U is the initial velocity of the object when I am throwing it. When I throw it, that will be the initial velocity of the object. This initial velocity of the object, look at the direction. This direction is at this point. Try to understand. The direction of this initial velocity is at this point. So, angle made by the initial velocity of the projection to the, what is that? Horizontal line is angle of projection. Correct now? Is angle of projection. One more term in line. What is that? Maximum horizontal distance. If I throw a stone particular angle, it will cover a maximum distance. Correct now? What we call range of the projectile. Range of projectile is called. What is that we call? Range of the projectile. The maximum horizontal distance traveled by the body. That means if I throw a stone like this, it will travel somewhat like this. Correct now? So the maximum distance covered along x-axis is how much? Is nothing but what? Range of the projectile. Then this is h. What is an h? H is nothing but maximum height of the projectile. H is nothing but maximum height of the projectile. If you throw a stone, it will reach maximum height as well as it will move forward. This is the speciality of projectile motion. how much forward it is moving, that is the maximum distance it is covering along x-axis is the range of the projectile. How much height it is going up, that is called maximum height of the projectile. Correct? Still we have, what is that? Time of flight. What is the time of flight? Let me take T. In this we will take T. Time of the time taken by this object to reach once again ground after projecting with initial velocity with angle of projection of theta. The time taken by this object to complete its motion, that is the time taken by the object to reach to same level. Correct? Now this is the final point. If I throw this, it will come back. The complete journey, the time taken for this complete journey is called time of flight. Correct? Now the time taken to complete this journey we call time. Under this we have, what is that? Time of ascent, time of descent. Again, we have time of ascent and time of descent. PA, this is P. Time of ascent, time taken by this object to reach to maximum height. Let us take this point as A. Time taken by an object to reach the, let us take this is point B. Time taken by an object to reach the maximum height. What is that? This height is called, what is that? Time of ascent. Correct? Time taken by the object from its initial point to maximum height to reach is called time of ascent. If this is time of ascent, correct? Time taken by the object to reach from maximum height to ground is called time of descent. Because point A is the maximum height the body is traveling, so the time taken by the object to reach maximum height is time of ascent. The maximum time, the time required to reach from maximum height to ground again we call time of descent. Then what will be time of flight? Time of flight will be time of ascent plus time of descent. First I am explaining the terms. This is one. Then F. Correct? Now I will rub here. Another word we have, trajectory of the projectile. Another term we learn. What is that? Trajectory of the projectile. What do you mean by trajectory of the projectile? What do you mean by trajectory of the projectile? This is called trajectory. What is called trajectory? The path followed by a projectile motion. How the path is happening. What is the path of the projectile motion? We call, what is that? Trajectory of the projectile. Trajectory always tells you the path followed. How path is followed is expressed. It is expressed here. Y and x graph I am taking. Correct now? I am assuming this is x, this is y. Whatever the line I am drawing in the graph, what it represents? It represents one line. Correct now? It will be having one equation. Do you agree? Equation will tell you the trajectory of the projectile motion. Equation of this line will tell you trajectory of the projectile motion. What do you mean by trajectory? Trajectory is nothing but it is the path followed by the motion. Here can you see what is the path followed? Don't tell circle. It is parabola. It is parabola. So trajectory of the motion, when I say anyway, I am talking about path followed. What is the trajectory of this motion? Trajectory of this motion is circle. Correct? No? So a circle got one equation mathematics. In mathematics you got one equation. So to represent, if I ask you what is the trajectory of the equation, if you are a very nice science student, you will write the equation of a circle to me. Once I see that equation of a circle, I will understand that the body is following the path of a circle. Correct now? That is nothing but trajectory. Trajectory means the path. How the object is moving, in what direction it is moving. Correct now? These are some of the important terms you must know in projectile motion. Then again we will come back. What is that? So, once I learn certain terms, let us analyze this projectile motion and bring up certain formulas, standard formulas and expressions. Correct now? Let us analyze this. And you have to understand how the analyzation is happening, how the vectors chapter is useful for us. Correct now? Let us study that. Some of the terms you have learned. Now let me analyze more. What are those terms? We will calculate the equations for those terms. Correct now? We will calculate the formula for those terms. How to calculate and how to analyze projectile motion. Let us study. Correct now? So before studying this, I will make two assumptions. What are the assumptions I am going to make is no air resistance. Second, G means what? Acceleration due to gravity is constant and acting downward. Acceleration due to is constant and acting downward. Let us take that. Let's take one ground. This is X, this is Y, this is ground. I am projecting one body. The body will travel like this. Let's say at the point of projection, the initial velocity of the object is u at the point of projection, and the angle of projection is u. Now, if I want to analyze this projectile motion, I will analyze in such a manner. I will deal with only x-axis. When I am dealing with, I will deal with only x-axis in the absence of y-axis, or I will deal with y-axis in the absence of x-axis. You are not getting what I am telling. When I am dealing about projectile motion, what I am telling you is, I am telling, if I am looking the imagination of this motion, if you take this axis and this axis simultaneously in your mind, it looks complicated. First I will think how the motion of this projectile is happening along x-axis. Then I will see how the projection of this motion is happening along y-axis. When I am dealing with y-axis, I will not think about x-axis. When I am thinking about x-axis, I will not think about y-axis. This is the secret, or this is the way I will be looking at this projectile motion. You guys also have to look at this. How? When I am dealing about x-axis, forget about y-axis, what it is happening. When I am dealing about the motion along y-axis, forget about what is happening along x-axis. Let us look at x-axis. Correct? No? Let us look at x-axis. If I look at x-axis, observe how the body is moving along x-axis. It is just moving like this. Correct? No? It is just moving like this. Correct? No? How about if you look at, now forget about x-axis. Look at y-axis. How the motion of the body is happening? It is going up. It is coming down. Why it is happening? Because I didn't show you. Because acceleration due to G is acting down. Due to body was thrown up, it came down because acceleration due to gravity was. So when you are dealing only observing vertical motion, this is horizontal motion. When you are looking about vertical motion, the object went to up to, let's say, point A, maximum height, correct? And again came back. Correct? The object went up and came back. If you look at x-axis, it is sincerely traveling in a straight line. Correct? So when I am dealing with projectile motion, this is the condition, or this is the way I analyze, such that it will become very easy for you. Correct? let us analyze the things separately. Correct? Huh? It is better to analyze the things separately. Think that now object is traveling somewhere. Let's say at a particular point its velocity became v. Correct? Huh? Its velocity became v. Think that this point V has got xy coordinates. What is its velocity? Its velocity. Now when I throw this object at every point on this line, velocity is changing. Now I am imagining at a point xy. Xy means what? From the origin, the x distance it is having, this point is having x distance. Correct? And from the origin, it is having y distance, y. That is the mean. Yes or no? That is what the x coordinate and y coordinate. It is telling you the position along x and position along y. This is the position of this point in the graph. Correct? No? This is the position of this point on the graph. So, think that this particle has reached at this point, x comma y. And at this point, the object is having velocity v. During its travel, think that its velocity is v at the point x comma y. X comma y is the one of the position of the projectile motion. Correct? No? If you want to calculate the position of the projectile, how to calculate? I said I am going to analyze the things very sincerely along single axis. Correct? No? If I make another diagram, what is that? The same diagram, this is y, this is x. This is the initial velocity u, this is angle theta. The component of this initial velocity along x-axis is how much? Let us take ux. Correct? Along x-axis, not ux, directly I will write better. Don't you think it is u cos theta? Resolution of vectors. Correct? The initial velocity along y-axis, don't you think it is u sin theta? Yes or no? This is u sin theta, this is u cos theta. So this object along x-axis is moving, this point object is moving along x-axis with ux cos theta. Correct? That is with ux velocity, and vertically it is moving with uy velocity. Yes or no? It is moving with uy velocity. If you ask me what is, let us analyze along x. If you talk about along x, what is the velocity along x if this projectile is moving? Ux is equal to u cos theta. Correct? Ux is equal to u cos theta. Now, what is the distance x it travels? If I say this is the distance x, correct now? Let's say the object has taken from this point to this point in time t. Let's take that the object has taken to travel from this point to this point in time t. If it is taking in time t this distance, it will cover x distance, correct now? This is x distance. In t time, it will cover y distance, correct now? If I want to calculate x, don't you think applying s is equal to ut plus half at square? Here acceleration is not acting opposite. I can write x is equal to ux into t. Yes or no? What is x? This is x. This is x distance at the point. What is x? This is x. X is equal to ux t. X is equal to ux t. Yes or no? What is this ux? Ux is nothing but u cos theta into t, where t is the time taken by the object to reach the point x comma y. X is equal to this much, it is going to happen. Yes or no? X is equal to this is the things which are going to happen. If I talk about along y-axis, let us talk about along y-axis. What is that? If you think about what is happening? See here. Along y-axis, if you observe the object, now forget about x-axis. If you observe the motion along y-axis, the object is moving with initial velocity uy. How much uy is equal to u sin theta from the previous diagram I have shown. Second, uy is equal to u sin theta. And second thing, what is the distance traveled along y-axis in time t? It will be y, this distance. If I draw one line like this is the y distance, correct? Now this is uy. This is the y distance an object traveled in time t. So here y is equal to, this equation becomes uyt minus half gt square. This is the position of a particle along y-axis. This is the position of a particle along x-axis. This is what? X is equal to u cos theta into t. Correct now? Here y is equal to uyt minus half gt square. Y is equal to u sin theta t minus half gt square. So what I am trying to tell you from these observations, velocity at point x comma y in time t will find later. Velocity I will find later. Correct now? Right now what I am trying to tell you overall, if an object is started its velocity with initial velocity u, after some time t, let's say its position along x-axis became x, its position along y-axis became y. What is x value? U cos theta into t. What is y value? U sin theta t minus half gt square. Correct now? See here, don't get confused. Actually the object is traveling like this. To make the projectile motion easier, I have found a technique to find the values, find the position of a particle. How to find the position of x comma y? I found out that I will resolve this motion, projectile motion, into two components. One is along x-axis and another one is along y-axis. See here, one thing you observe, here also time t, here also time t I have taken. Y means, if object takes to travel from this point to this point having, let's say, point P or something, no, this point having x comma y position, correct now? If the object takes from traveling from this point to this point, the time taken is t, don't you think the object along x-axis to cover x distance, it will take time t only? Yes or no? To cover x distance, how much it will take? Time t only. Along y-axis, the same object along the y-axis, to cover the y distance, it will take time t. Just observe, the object is moving like this. As the object moves like this, along x-axis the motion will be like this. Along y-axis it will go up and come down. So this motion is reflecting, the projection of this motion is being reflected in x-axis as well as y-axis. Correct now? So when I am dealing, I will be looking after x-axis. I will not depend on y-axis. Just I will see what is happening along x-axis. Here, if you look along x-axis, actually the object is traveling like this. When I am analyzing, I will look just x-axis. The body is traveling just a straight line. With what velocity? Ux velocity, u cos theta velocity. And it is constant at all. Because nobody is disturbing this velocity. Correct now? Nobody is disturbing this velocity. Is there anybody who is disturbing this velocity? Nobody. Now forget about x-axis. Now look y-axis. If you look y-axis, what is happening? The object is just going up and it is coming down. Correct now? It is just going up and it is coming down. When it is going up and coming down, forget about x. Just observe y. The object will go like this and it will come down. Correct now? So, why it was going like this, it is coming down. Why it is coming down? Because acceleration due to gravity is acting. So, one conclusion I will make in this projectile motion. Along x-axis, there is no acceleration acting. So, there is no change in velocity of a projectile motion. If it is going with u cos theta, it keeps on going with u cos theta only. Are you understanding this? It will start to move with u cos theta only. If you talk about y-axis, for y-axis there is an acceleration due to gravity which is acting downward. So at every point on the y-axis, along y-axis at every point, velocity of the object is changing. If this is the very important statement, what I have said right now. This is the very important statement, what I have said right now. See, this ux remains as ux when traveling along x-axis because there is no acceleration acting here. Until and unless an acceleration is acting, what do we say? Until and unless acceleration is acting on the body, it is not going to change its velocity. Correct now? Now same thing I am telling. So along y-axis there is an acceleration acting. So the object initially, if its velocity was uy, after a certain time its velocity gets changed. We can find. What is that? Let us find velocity. We'll find it later. Velocity along x and along y. Final velocity. This much is enough. Tomorrow we will find the terms. What is time of ascent? This point you have to understand. Analyze this and read this. Once again, whatever the points I have said, please go through that very carefully. These are very important things of understanding projectile motion. Tomorrow we will deal with the terms connected with the projectile motion. Okay? Thank you guys.